Hi everyone, it's Harry T, and I wanted to just come on quickly and say thank you for all of your wonderful messages and well wishes that you sent my way. I am home and recovering. The dryer is on in the background because there's lots of washing. But thank you all for sending me your kind notes. But really, I also wanted to do this video for another reason. Because last time I did a video sharing, my thoughts with you, a lot of you liked that. And I think it helps provide a different perspective, like a fresh perspective on certain things. For about the last 20 years nearly, which is a while, people have come to me for hope and inspiration. And I think it's a privilege to have people trust you to do that. I've always been very wise beyond my years, you could say. Even as a very small child, it's not only the fact that I have these psychic abilities, which actually everyone has. The older I get, the more I have an aversion to being called a psychic or to being called a medium, because those words I've never really felt comfortable with, just being honest. But everyone is psychic. So, when someone says, oh, you're a psychic, it's like, well, everyone is. It's almost like they differentiate you from others, and that sort of makes me a little bit uncomfortable. It just so happens to be, people like me are a little bit more sensitive to energy, and it's like a muscle. We all have the same muscles, but they're in different sizes, different strengths. I think that's the same thing with being psychic. So, sometimes, when people say, oh, you're psychic, I think, well, it's like me saying, well, you have an arm, or something like that. We all have it. It's just in different levels. But, mine happens to be a little bit more fine-tuned than others. So I'm, okay with the title, I suppose. They call me celebrity psychic, psychic to the stars, all those names. I actually am really over those titles even. Again, the older I get, the more it's like, ugh. I remember when I was in my 20s, I used to sort of like being, psychic to the stars, because really I am. But the older I get, the more I realize, stars are so, they're really just normal people. And I always say this, they're normal people that just have public jobs. That is it. It's very well known that I've met very, very, very famous people, and I don't even like that word famous. But there is nothing different about that person and, just whoever. It just so happens to be that they're recognized publicly for a job that they do. Actually, these days, some people don't even do jobs that are public. They're just public people, but that's it. So, the older I get, the more I think, psychic, I actually, often will say to people, yes, it's true, but I don't want to be known as that label anymore, because it also makes a divide between people. And, anyway, I think that's probably why a lot of the celebrities did feel comfortable with me, because I really do just see them as normal people. I do not see them as anything else, because they're really not. But anyway, my little rant, I'm on a little rant, see, open my mouth, but I wanted to just share about, spirituality and how, yes, we are all psychic and we all have intuition. It's within us all. And I think in times like this, where we are a little bit distressed and we are a little bit anxious, nervous, maybe restless even, you could use that word, I really think intuition helps. And the best way to get in touch with your intuition is meditation, prayer and meditation. People used to say that I pray more than I speak, and that's funny because I speak a lot. But it is true, without prayer, there is no prophecy, in my opinion, and certainly from my experience. And I think if you can just get in touch with your intuition a little bit more, that will really help. The best way is prayer, is meditation. Shutting your thoughts. But when I say shut your thoughts, like stop your mind from going, just go blank and, clear your head, thoughts don't really stop, right? So it's almost a contradiction. But what you do is you let the thoughts come and go, almost just like it's noise. Like my dryer in the background, it's going, but I'm just letting it go and I'm not paying attention to it while I'm speaking to my phone. Well, you guys. So let the thoughts come, but let them go. Don't allow the thoughts to grow. That's the key. So if you're laying down and meditating to a guided meditation or whatever, I think, it's normal if thoughts pop into your head, but let them just go. Don't let a thought come in and then you hold on to it. Just let it come and let it go. That's the best way. So just get in touch with your intuition and, chakra balancing, all of that stuff. Let me just grab my oracle cards, because although this is not a marketing plug, it is true that they do work. My oracle cards, Energies of the Soul oracle cards, are really good in helping you to decipher and intuit information and messages that you get from an objective perspective. And it's very well known, I can't read for myself, for example. Everything always goes backwards. But when I'm certainly in a place in my life where I might need a little bit of guidance, I don't go to psychics or mediums. I know that might sound funny, but I just don't. It's not my thing. Again, isn't that funny? Because I obviously do it for people, but I don't like going to others. Anyway, that's just my preference. But when I developed these cards, this is how I managed to sort of get insight for myself, because they really do work. That's the guidebook that comes with it. Very, very in depth. And then obviously these are the 56, oh look, karma. Isn't that interesting? You know what's really fascinating about that? Sometimes when I do something in my life and, certain people in my life don't want to tell me off for it because they're probably a little bit nervous, because they think, oh, if we upset Harry, because everyone knows that I probably do have a little bit of a short fuse. But these cards tell me off. So isn't that interesting how karma was on the bottom? But anyway, these will really help you develop your own intuition and psychic abilities. And the guidebook talks in depth about how. But anyway, it wasn't a marketing plug for that, but it's true, they do work. But yeah, so oracle cards, prayer and meditation, and just really getting in touch with your inner self. Allowing yourself to be sensitive helps your sensitivity to almost extend, almost like your nerve endings extend into the ether, into the universe. And that also helps you get in touch with your intuition. So just remember, in times like this, in times that are quite difficult, get in touch with your intuition, because sometimes that still voice, that small still voice within holds your answer, or even holds that sense of hope. Pandora's box, which I love the symbolism of it. It's in my book, Feet on the Ground, Fingertips in Heaven, which comes out in April. The symbolism of Pandora's box is really, really interesting, because you've got the 7 deadly sins, which everyone on this planet in some way has been guilty of, even if it's just one of them. And I do believe that they will be the undoing of people, but then there was hope. So isn't that interesting? So the 7 deadly sins, but then there was hope. So I think that's what we need in this world. We need hope. And sometimes if you feel like all hope is lost, get in touch with your intuition, get in touch with yourself. Don't look for answers or help from outside. Look at it from within inside. Okay, and it is really true. Intuition will take you places that not everything can, and it will really help you. So I hope you got something from this video. And another reason, actually, I'll be really honest, that I wanted to do this is just to make sure that I can. I am feeling better, so I can do it. So I'm glad. So please just get in touch with your intuition and trust your instinct. It'll never let you down. It is true. Okay. God bless you, and thank you so much for listening and for being a part of my little tribe that I have on here, wherever you're watching me, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. Thank you. So God bless you.